So before we move off the ACC, I want to ask you guys this. I got to ping you on it. I don't know if you've seen this, John, in our merch store. We have a shirt, KO right there, 94, 81, 81, 77. You know what that is? It's the knockout. It's the K out. It's the K out t-shirt. You get that Field of 68 shop. If you are a North Carolina fan, I think you'll probably like it.
You see my Tar Heel bobblehead up there, man? Come on,
yeah,
guys.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
There you go. All right. So who is the best team in the ACC, John? I'm putting you on the spot on this one. Are you going to go with UNC? You could be a homer if you want to here. You're allowed to.
I'm not going to be a homer. I've watched. I got to go UVA, man. I mean, if you're gonna take someone, you got to go UVA at the moment. I need to see what UNC does up in Portland and kind of how they look because even with JMU, I mean, I feel like that should have been a lot less closer than it was. So this narrative of close games keeps coming by. So eventually someone's going to knock them down. So I'm a little worried about them. But UVA, they look good. They look solid defensively. They look good. They look scary, man. So I'm going to go with UVA. But UNC, close second. Give them a close second.
How about that? An objective person on the pod here, John Henson, going UVA today. If you went to Duke, they'd disown you from the Brotherhood for saying that. By the way,
hey, listen, man, they're different over there, man. I don't know what they got going on. That's why I stayed away.
How much do you hate Duke?
You know what? I just have a very high level dislike for Duke because my sister did play basketball there. So Duke women's basketball, we're cheering for them, right? We're cheering Carrie Lawson over there. We love her. But Duke men's basketball, I mean, we just not. We just don't. We do things different. We're Tar Heel family. They're Duke Brotherhood. They took the whole family thing from us. They like to do a lot of hugs and all that touchy feely stuff over there. Hey, look, guys, keep that across 10 miles down the road. We don't need all that.
So you don't want them at Franklin Street. You don't want them anywhere near Franklin.
You know what? They can come to Franklin Street, support our businesses, please. Come on down.
Yeah.
Fair. It's fair.
You're gonna be the mayor of Chapel Hill soon, man. I love it. Goodman, who's your favorite team, or not your favorite team? Who is the best team in the ACC?
Yeah, today it is Virginia. John's right. Today it's Virginia, but again, last year, John, what you don't know is last year. We'll give you the quick Cliff Notes version. Carolina is playing at Mohegan Sun. Doster and I are there. We do a show right after, and Carolina was terrible, absolutely terrible. They were embarrassed by Tennessee, and we do this show, and we called them soft, and they were like 5-10 feet away after the game.
We didn't realize they were walking right behind us. We're like, yeah, they're soft. They don't want to play defense. They're selfish, and they're like right there, just mean mugging us behind us on the camera. Like, oh,
so they remembered that.
Appreciate that.
It was classic. I get the microphone at the Final Four, and I hadn't seen him again since then in person. And right when I get the microphone, Armando looks at me with a big, big smile, and he's like, "I've been waiting for this all year." And he was cool about it, but he was like, "Look, we turned this shit around. We turned this shit around. We did get tough." That's my big thing. Are they reading their press clippings now? Are they feeling? And to me, Caleb Love has to be the key for this team because he can't play for the NBA. He's got to play for a national title. He's got to understand, and you know this better than anybody, first of all, share the ball. Number two, play inside out. Get the ball to Mondo, and it's going to make life easier for you and RJ and Pete Nance and everybody else.
Yeah, I think there's something that to be said of that because I don't know if there's an established hierarchy, right? When I was in school, we were number one, right? Even though Harrison Barnes was the guy, Z was our first guy, Harrison was our second, and we go from there. And we fill in where we get in, where we fit in, and it was kind of understood. We were mature enough to understand, and we also knew we were all going to be fine if we won, right? So it's interesting now with them. It's not necessarily being NBA prospects, high-level NBA prospects. Now it's about winning, right? So, hey, look, if Armando's the guy, hey, you're the guy, we feed off of you. Like, I don't know if Caleb and RJ are guys that may have got that message or want to accept that, but it has to be a hierarchy and we go from there, right? And if they can do that, man, I think they'll be fine. And I think they're still figuring that out. And even defensively, I think they can be a lot better as well. But time will tell because these close games could be throwing us off. They could come there and they could win close games against these good teams as well, right? This could be kind of a good test for them, not being a blowout. So
Yeah, what do
I'm
they got?
excited.
They got
I
They
think we're
start
going to
with
learn
Portland.
so much about them this week
Yeah.
in Portland, right?
This week,
Because
for sure.
I think I
But are
wonder
you?
how much.
Wait. Are you? They've got Portland in the first game. Then they probably, if they win, they get probably Villanova in the second game. Villanova has not been great. And in the final game in their bracket, they'll probably get one of these four: UConn, Oregon, Alabama, or Michigan State. Now I know they could lose to those, but are they really going to lose to Villanova?
Yeah, well, Villanova is tough as hell. They're probably going to have Cam Whitmore back at some point, right? They are tough. They don't give up. They don't quit. If you're not going to show up ready to play and ready for a fight against Villanova, you're probably going to lose, no matter who you are, right? They're just too experienced. They're not going to beat themselves. And then whether it's UConn, whether it's Michigan State, I think it's going to be one of those two that ends up coming out on that side of the bracket. Like those are both veteran, tough teams that you're not going to be able to walk right over. Now, they're not like it's not like you're going to be getting another top 5 team, but if North Carolina plays it the way that they played against Charleston, against Wilmington, against some of these other bye games, against one of Villanova, UConn, Michigan State, doesn't matter who it is, they're going to get beat. So I'm curious to see, are they going to show up? Are they going to show out? Are they going to go out here and national television look like the team that made it to the Final Four last year? Or is it going to be another thing where it's kind of like, okay, maybe they actually are who they were in November and December last year? And also, I wonder, I know they all got a bag in NIL, right? Coming back to school. I wonder how much that impact that has had. Like, are their focus kind of scattered at this point? Are they worried about, I got this sponsor, I got this guy. Armando Bacot's got a burger named after him on Franklin Street. It's at a restaurant there.
That is definitely a pertinent distraction. I mean, to be honest, if I had half a million coming in, I don't know if I would have blocked that many shots. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. So it's something to take into account. And like you said, this week is may not be playing great teams, but these are teams that they should beat, and these are teams if they are who we think they are, they should roll through this. Maybe have a tough game. I'm not saying blow everybody out, but they should roll through this, go home, and get ready for Indiana Big Ten Challenge. I think that's going to be their biggest test today. It's at Indy, I believe.
Yeah.
So. They start rolling and they knock those guys off, then we start talking, right? But we just got to see. We got to sit and wait because they haven't played anybody yet.